I now connected my real Android device to my Mac here. And again, this should also work if you have an Android emulator running on Mac. Make sure you have developer mode enabled as described in the last lecture in this article. And with that, you can go in the Chrome Developer Tools on your machine to these three dots here, more tools, and then remote devices. And if you click here, this section here at the bottom of your developer tools should open. And there you see all devices which are connected. In my case, that's my real device. But before I switch to it, under settings, you see that I enabled port forwarding. Make sure to check this. This allows you to enter this URL here on the left in your device, so on your device, and be redirected to this URL on your Mac or Windows machine. Because by default, if you would enter localhost 8080 on your real device or the emulator, that would of course refer to the device itself. So we need to set up this redirection to be able to easily and conveniently access our local web project from the device. So with that, if I now click on the OnePlus, you see Chrome is connected to it. You see the Chrome version. And now I could enter a new tab either from the developer tools or I do it directly on the device. So let me quickly do that. Here we go. You see I opened PWAgram on my device and now I can click inspect here. And again, this should also work if you're running an emulator. Now the screen you're seeing on the left here actually is the screen on my device. You can see it. My mouse is here and still I can open this side menu because I just tapped on it on my device. So it's connected. The cool thing is the log you see here now also is the console log from my real device. So the service worker was installed there too. Of course, this is a totally different user and browser therefore, and hence it is not related to the service worker installed in my Chrome browser on my Mac. So if I were to push a new version, for example, where I needed to close existing tabs, I just need to do that on a given device to update the service worker on that device. Just wanted to highlight that. So back to this device then, service worker was installed. Let's click on the application tab in the developer tools then. Here you see we got a service worker running on it. And if we check the service worker, we see the code of it. This is actually the code we wrote. Now the cool thing is if you click on manifest here, you can click on add to home screen to trigger this install banner on the local device. So I'll do this. And here you see it. You see the device install banner where I can click add or deny it. Now I'll deny it here and it's gone. This is how we can trigger it manually. Now the cool thing is we can't just test it. This proves that we fulfill all criteria to show this to a real user too. Of course, not upon a press of the button, but once he visited the page a second time after 5 minutes. Now the best thing is you can even control when this banner is shown. The earliest possible point of time is if all the criteria here are met, when the user visits the page for the second time after at least 5 minutes. However, sometimes you don't want to show the banner at this point of time. Why? Let's have a look at this in the next lecture.